Hi. I'm back. The idea for this video was given to me ages ago by this person on my Discord server. The Discord server still exists, by the way. It's just a lot quieter now. Feel free to join with the link in the description. Anyways, on to the video. It's Monday morning. The students are in class, but Aizawa hasn't arrived yet, so they're all being loud and disruptive, minus the few goody-goodies who are silently going over their notes. Cough, Eeee, cough. Dude, for real, you missed out this weekend. It's not my fault my parents' guilt tripped me into coming home. Kaminari was fully turned round in his chair, facing Kirishima to boast about his weekend. OMG, there were these girls, bro. Zero, you remember those girls outside that store? What was it? Like a handbag store or something? Yeah? What do you mean yeah? Dude, they were unreal. They were just girls. Just girls? Bakugo? You remember those girls who were? No. Kaminari's brain seemed to malfunction as he stared across the classroom at Bakugo, who hadn't looked away from the pen he was spinning on his fingers. You didn't let me finish. The girls with... I don't remember any girls. All I remember is beating your ass in every arcade game. Smug boy. Well, fine. Kiribro, don't listen to him. Trust me, these girls were unlike any other girls. Bakugo must be gay. Huh? Bakugo is gay? Kami, dude, you shouldn't just say stuff like that. Isn't it obvious Bakugo is gay? Bakugo stood up from his chair, ready to cause a scene but honestly struggling to decide on who to blow up first. Ka-chan, sit down. Suddenly concerned. It was a joke, dude. It doesn't matter if you're gay or not anyway. I just wanted to talk about massive boobs, okay? Boobs? Of course. Because all women are just walking boobs to you too. Well, that's why I said Bakugo must be gay, because there's no way he wouldn't remember these gargantuan boobs otherwise. I mean, I do remember them, but I hadn't thought about them. What? Are you gay too? So what if he is? So what if I am, huh? So you are? Makes sense. He totally flirts with Todoroki. Huh? What? No, I don't. That's not true at all, invisible bitch. Ka-chan, calm down. I'm trying to study. Aizawa-sensei will be here any minute. Can you please stop yelling and sit down? I have had enough of you. Eeee, please lower your voice. Kaminari span round so fast he fell out of his chair. Bakugo still refused to sit down, and Eeee froze. Aizawa-sensei, Eeee-kun was just trying to get everyone else to be quiet. Bakugo, please sit down. But Aizawa looked at him and he closed his mouth, throwing one more glare at Kaminari before sitting back down. I apologize for arriving late. Some preparations for this week's project held me up. Project? Yes. This week you will all be taking part in a paired activity, and before you look to your friends, your pairs have already been chosen. There was a simultaneous groan throughout the classroom that was promptly cut quiet by a stern look from Aizawa. This week you will be testing your teamwork skills, with members of the class that we have noted you may need extra work with. Oh no. Everyone seemed to look around the classroom nervously, immediately understanding that the next week might be a little awkward. I will call your pairs first, and then I'll explain what you will be doing. Ashido-san, and Todoroki. There was a small sigh of relief from Mina's direction. That's not bad. You scared me, sensei. Of course, some of you don't need to work on teamwork with anyone in particular, so this exercise should be easy for those of you. But for some pairs, we will need to see some improvement or you won't pass this term. This matters that much? Yes. Now, the next pair is Kaminari and Jiro. Sensei? Why? So much stress. Aizawa-sensei, she will just yell at me all week. Please don't make me. Enough. That is your pair. Oh fuck. Oh no, those two argue all the time. I argue the most with. Midoriya and Bakugo are the next pair. Fuck. This is bullshit. Why do we need to work on our teamwork? Dumb Deku just needs to listen to me and not get in my way. Bakugo, improve your teamwork. Ka-chan, it's fine. I'm sure whatever the task is, it won't be that hard. Of course it won't be hard. Are you trying to say I won't be able to do it? No, I'm saying we can get through it. Enough, let me read the rest of the pairs. I don't want to hear any more complaints. Mad sensei. The entire class froze and stared forward. Aizawa never raised his voice. They stayed quiet as the rest of the pairs were read, eager to know what on earth they would have to do in this teamwork test. You will not have to come to class for the rest of the week. Instead, you will be living in small apartments with your partner just on the edge of the school grounds. Living together? What the fuck? Nobody made a sound. but it was clear that this revelation made almost everyone terrified, even those who didn't struggle much to get along with their partner. You will be in charge of looking after a young animal between you. Pets? Aizawa glanced in her direction as she slapped a hand over her mouth. Sorry, sensei. You will have to work together to train the animal, work out feeding time, if it needs walks, sleep time, and of course play time. You will get bonus marks based on how well trained the animal is once the week is over, how happy it seems, but also based on its reaction to the both of you. For example, does it respond to one more than the other? Is it frightened at all by raised voices, which would indicate that you had been arguing, etc. Fuck that. This animal is gonna be scarred for life in a house with me and dumb Deku. When the bell rings at the end of class, you will come to me and collect your envelope. It will include your apartment address and key, along with a small note explaining the basic information about your animal. As if on cue, the bell rang, but nobody moved. Please collect your letters and enjoy your week. Good luck. People began getting up slowly, Bakugo being one of the first to move in a huff. Hurry up then, nerd. Deku jumped up from his desk, following behind his childhood bully sheepishly. Good luck, Deku, concerned bestie. The boy gulped as they left the classroom, Bakugo not stopping even as he tore open the envelope. What's our animal, Ka-chan? Thank fuck, we got a dog. A puppy? He's so excited. Yay, oh, and I know where this is, the apartment is really close, keep up. They walked the rest of the way in silence, Deku's mind racing with what-if scenarios that could occur throughout the next week, until they reached the apartment block and went up the outside stairs. Huh? What? There's only one key. Huh? Bakugo turned round, holding up the key to their apartment and the now empty envelope. Oh, it's fine, at least one of us will always need to be here for the puppy anyway, right? True. Okay, well, moment of truth, I guess. He turned back round and unlocked the door, stepping inside with Deku following behind. Oh, it's actually really nice. Looks like some boho girl's apartment. He's salty. As they were taking off their shoes and putting their jackets on a hook by the door, they heard whining from another room and looked to one another in confusion. Is the puppy here already? Did they just leave it here?
I am here.
All Might. The boys jumped in shock as All Might came charging in from another room. He held their puppy out to them before coughing and poofing back to his usual state. Why are you here? I had to look after the dog until you arrived. I also wanted to wish you good luck on your week. You two will grow stronger together by the end of it. Supportive grinning. Deku took the puppy from his arms and immediately started giggling and cuddling it as Bakugo stood scowling in the middle of the room. This week is going to be insufferable. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. What's your name, cutie? Deku peeked at the puppy's collar to read his name. Ah, Kurumi. Ka-chan, isn't that such a cute name? Look at this adorable little pupper. If I'm gonna have to listen to you talk in that voice all week, I'm leaving. He's already fed up. All Might suddenly transformed again. You can't leave, Bakugo Shonen. You'll fail class. Get through this by working together. Kurumi jumped out of Deku's arms and ran up to Bakugo, trotting around his legs as the boy just stood and raised his eyebrows down at the dog. Ka-chan, he wants you to pet him? Why? Because dogs like pets. Bakugo frowned but squatted down to stroke Kurumi, who happily yapped and jumped up to him. He's kinda cute. Off to a great start. I'll leave now. Good luck. All Might, wait. But he was already gone. When Deku looked back, he was surprised to see Bakugo smiling down at the puppy who had rolled onto his back, as the usually moody boy tickled his belly. You're not so bad, are you? I knew a dog would be easy. Ka-chan, we haven't even done anything yet. What more do we need to do? He seems perfectly happy. Deku sighed and looked around the room, checking the kitchen cabinets and all the cupboards around the house. We need to go and buy him food. Huh? They didn't just give us the food? No, I guess that's part of the task. Looks like he needs bowls too, but only one of us can leave, so someone is at home with him. You go, he clearly likes me more, smug boy. Deku pouted but looked at the way Kurumi continued to roll about and play, all while Bakugo actually smiled. Fine, wait, let's check the rest of the rooms first. Bakugo huffed but stood back up, following behind Deku down the hallway to check the other doors. Kurumi practically stuck to his heels as he opened the first door, Deku going to open the other one. This is just a bathroom. Dogs, they don't use bathrooms, right? Ka-chan, nerd, I asked a question. Deku gulped as he looked into the room he had opened, briefly stepping back to look around the hall again. There's only 2 doors, right? Terrified. Huh? Yeah, why? That's a bathroom. Bakugo stared at him in confusion until realization dawned on him and he went pale. He walked down the hall and looked through the door Deku had opened. What the fuck? There's no way. Can this challenge get any worse? Help him. You're sleeping on the couch, or the floor, fuck that. Bakugo grabbed Deku by the shirt and tossed him aside as he walked into the only bedroom in the apartment, with 1 double bed. Why the fuck would they do this? How does sleeping together improve teamwork? I don't know. Fine Ka-chan, I'll sleep on the floor, it's fine, it's not even a problem. Look. It's still weird, sleeping in the same room. I sleep early, you'd better not keep me up. Stop yelling Ka-chan, you're going to scare Kurumi. They both looked over to the puppy who had run back to the other end of the hall to sit and watch from afar. Kurumi? It's okay, Ka-chan will stop yelling. Deku pouted as the dog refused to move. Fuck, I already forgot. Hey, dog, wait, how do you talk to dogs? Nicely. Kurumi, come here. The dog just tilted his head and stayed in place. Sigh, it's fine Ka-chan, I'll go to the pet store and get him. What do we need? Bowls, food. A dog bed or 2, a lead and poop bags. Huh? Poop bags? For when we take him out to go toilet. So they don't use the bathroom. Pfft, no Ka-chan, we have to pick up his poops. That's so gross, that's your job, he is disgusted. Deku sighed but didn't bother arguing, instead making his way to the door. I'll need the key. Wait, are they expecting me to pay for all this? He suddenly panicked, but Bakugo noticed something behind him. Whoa, look, they left us a bunch of cash. Deku turned and saw the tray by the front door with a pile of cash, immediately feeling relieved and grabbing some. This should be enough for the essentials. I'll get him some toys too. And a treat or something? Okay, have fun, he's teasing. Don't take too long, I dunno what the fuck to do with him. Bakugo suddenly looked a little nervous, and Deku had to stifle his laugh as Kurumi came and squeezed himself between the boy's ankles. You'll be fine? He left and locked the door behind him. So what do we do while we wait? We don't have dog bowls, but surely you want some water. Huh, yeah, I don't know what that means, dude. Bakugo was sat on the floor with the puppy on his lap, just staring into each other's eyes. Deku had only been gone for 5 minutes and he was already getting bored and slightly worried about messing something up while he was alone. Cha, who needs that dumb nerd anyway? Kurumi, we got this right, bud. He lunged forward and licked Bakugo's face, which immediately made the boy cringe and stand up, ignoring Kurumi's whines and barks of protest. Gross, dude, I know where that tongue has been, you're gross, he yelled, and the puppy immediately sat and whined, his ears going down in shame. Shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Fuck, I thought dogs were easy. That dumbass better hurry up. Bakugo went to the kitchen to fill a normal bowl up with water and put it on the floor for the time being. And then it was the waiting game. No, Mimi, dude, when I say bang, that's when you roll. You almost had it, come on man. Ready, bang? He aimed his fingers at the puppy, and Kurumi stared back, sitting, but doing nothing more. Sigh, you know what? We got all week. When I have treats for you, you'll do it, huh? Won't you? You just want treats. He scratched the dog who was happily wagging his tail. Their cute moment was interrupted by the sound of the front door opening. Fucking finally? Geez, you took forever. Ka-chan. It's been like 30 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to get to the nearest store. I went as fast as I could. Cha, I've been trying to entertain this dumb dog but he can't do anything. He's like, only a few months old. Ka-chan. Kurumi ran over to Deku as he struggled to carry bags full of things into the apartment. Why'd you get so much stuff? Well, he needs a lot of stuff. Deku mumbled, dropping the bags as Bakugo came over to inspect them. Oi Mimi, I told you about the incessant barking, it's getting on my nerves, dude. Mimi? Oh. He suddenly froze, going slightly red as he picked up one of Kurumi's new toys. It's just easier to say than Kurumi over and over. He listens to it more too. Deku bit his lip to stifle a laugh, immediately getting some things out of one of the bags so he could turn away from Bakugo. I know you're judging me, asshole. Huff. Huh, I'm not. It's just unexpected. He gulped but continued to unpack the bags as Bakugo glared into the back of his head. Mimi, look at what the dumb nerd brought home for you, He turned and squeezed the toy, tossing it for Kuromi to fetch. Deku's insides twisted. Bakugo has always called him names, but for some reason hearing him say it to a dog felt all the more patronizing and hurtful. He ignored how he felt and finished unpacking the bags, putting one dog bed by the couch before taking the other to the bedroom. Hey Deku, come look. Deku panicked and rushed back to the living room, only to see Kuromi playing with a little stuffed broccoli toy. Oh, he's so cute. Why'd you buy a broccoli toy? Well, people say my hair makes me look like broccoli. I saw it and just thought it would be funny, I don't know. He laughed at himself before crouching down to play with the puppy, giggling as Kuromi made little growls and barks. Bakugo watched them with a smile. Cute. Huh, what? The dog. The dog is cute. Yeah, that's what I meant. What the fuck? Did my mind just think Deku was cute? No way, I was thinking about Kuromi, right? As Bakugo panicked internally, Deku suddenly spoke and snapped him out of his thoughts. Look, Ka-chan, he's gone to bed. Oh, he must be tired. Are dogs allowed to sleep in the day? I think so. I mean, he's a puppy. Babies have naps in the day, right? I dunno. Why would I know when babies sleep? Good point. I'm sure it's fine. They regressed into a bit of an awkward silence. Now they didn't have the dog to distract them from the fact they were stuck in the same apartment together. I dibs the TV. I wanna watch a movie. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I should go study anyway. Cha, we get a week off school and you're still gonna go study? Nerd. What can I say? Guess I am a nerd. See you later then. Deku laughed before leaving the room. Bakugo scoffed and sat onto the couch, putting a movie on and getting lost in his thoughts. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Maybe he's not that bad. Oi Deku? Bakugo's movie had finished and Kuromi had woken up, immediately going over to his empty food bowl and whining. Huh, what happened? Deku came into the room and frowned in confusion as Bakugo was holding the dog food. He needs food, but I dunno how much to give him. Does it not say? Do you think I'd be asking you if it said? The sarcasm in his voice made Deku blush in embarrassment. I guess not. Well, I can Google it. How is Google going to know how much to feed this specific dog? Well, it might not know exactly, but at least I'll get an idea. Why don't we just call a teacher? Surely that information should have been in the letter. Ka-chan, no, that would be like cheating. What the fuck are you saying? How is that cheating? Huff. We can't ask the teachers for help already. It's the first day, Ka-chan, we can figure it out. Why are you yelling at me? Because you're stressing me out. Let me just Google it. Help him. Oh, I'm stressing you out? He's pissed. They had gotten progressively louder and closer as they argued, until Bakugo was once again gripping Deku's shirt angrily. They both stopped and looked down at the dog, who was yapping by their feet. Oh, sorry Kuromi, we'll stop yelling. Fine, just fucking Google it, dumbass. Suddenly Deku's stomach grumbled and Bakugo looked over in shock. Cha, I suppose we need food too. You feed the dog, I'll cook. Oh, you'll cook for me? Well, you suck at cooking. Plus if you're feeding the dog it's like a trade. He shrugged and Deku smiled a little, getting his phone out to Google recommendations and get started on feeding Kuromi. Bakugo settled on cooking whatever was quickest that they had the ingredients for, and then went to eat his food alone on the balcony outside. Even though Deku wasn't being overly annoying, it still felt weird to just be around him so much. So he wanted to be alone whenever possible, especially considering they still couldn't stop arguing. Once Bakugo had finished, he decided to stay out there and watch the sunset for a while, but he was interrupted when Deku poked his head round the balcony doors. Kuromi needs to go out before bed. I can do it cause you cooked. No, you went and got the supplies, and you fed him. I cooked, but that was for us, not him. I need to do something with the dog. Deku blinked but seemed to think about it. I really don't mind. I'll do it, you do it in the morning. He stood up and brought his bowl inside, Deku shuffling out the way and watching as he put the lead on Kuromi. Thanks Ka-chan. If you wanna be useful so bad you can do the washing up, dumbass. Bakugo noticed the way Deku flinched at his words, but he still smiled and nodded nonetheless. Ah, good idea, I'll do that. Bakugo gulped and hesitated a moment, before frowning at himself and leaving the apartment with Kuromi at his heels. They reached a spot with some grass and Bakugo let him wander on a longer leash for a while. Why is he so nice to me? I'm such a moody asshole. I'm always insulting him and yet he just smiles. Am I too harsh? Or is he just too fucking soft? Sigh, am I a bad person, Mimi? Kurumi turned to look at him, tilting his head before going back to sniffing the grass. I am a bad person, I know you don't understand me, but you shouldn't like me. Don't be like dumb Deku, don't let me yell at you and then stick by me anyway. You'd be better off hating me and sticking with the nerd. Why the fuck am I out here talking shit to a dog? Great, and now he is shitting? Fun. When they got back inside, Deku was in the bedroom, laying some pillows and blankets on the floor. Ah, did everything go okay? Yes, I picked up his shit, don't worry. Gross. I did say I'd do it. Yeah, well, you're doing it in the morning. Besides, you have to sleep on the floor. I kinda feel bad, trying to pretend he doesn't care. Deku stared at him in shock, making Bakugo get extremely flustered. What are you staring at, dumbass? Humph. Sorry? I already used the bathroom for everything, so, yeah. He avoided eye contact and called Kurumi to the dog bed on the floor, sitting on his own blankets and giving the puppy some attention. Bakugo huffed and went to the bathroom to brush his teeth and get ready for bed. When he noticed his red cheeks in the mirror, he scolded himself inwardly. He's on the floor, so what, you're sharing a room? Get over yourself. And who cares that you're being nice? Why am I embarrassed about being nice? He is so stressed. He finished up and went back to the bedroom, getting straight into bed and facing the opposite way to Deku on the floor. Night, Ka-chan. I'll try not to wake you up in the morning when I take Kurumi out. Bakugo felt his chest tighten and refused to respond. He already felt so guilty about Deku having to sleep on the floor, and for the way he'd treated him all day, well, their entire lives. What the fuck is wrong with me? The next morning, Bakugo had slept like a log all night, only being disturbed in the morning, as he awoke to a rather unpleasant feeling. He opened his eyes to see Kurumi over him, licking his face. Ah dude, gross, what the fuck, get off, stupid dog? Wah? Deku shot up, but before he even knew what was going on, Kurumi was tossed onto him and Bakugo was running out the room. He went to the bathroom to immediately wash his face and brush his teeth in fear that the dog had somehow licked in his mouth. The thought made him nauseous. That's so gross. Fuck. What a great way to wake up. He calmed himself down for a moment before making his way back to the bedroom, leaning on the doorway as he stopped to watch Deku and the puppy. The poor boy was half asleep, sat up and robotically stroking Kurumi in his lap as his head sunk lower and lower. Hey nerd, wake up, you gotta take the dog out. Deku's entire face contorted in pain as a whine left his lips, his eyes still closed. I'm so tired, stupid dog, wouldn't let me sleep. He sniffled a little. Is he crying? Damn, he really didn't sleep at all? Bakugo gulped as guilt overtook him. He sighed and walked over to them both on the floor, taking Kurumi out of his lap and out the room. Why do I care that he couldn't sleep? It's not my problem, right? Or is it? If he were on the bed, maybe the dog wouldn't have bugged him so much. He let the guilt consume him until he was shrugging on a jacket and slippers to just take Kurumi to the nearest patch of grass and head home again. He was annoyed. It was Deku's turn to take the dog out, but somehow his guilt actually felt worse than his annoyance. When he got back inside, he quietly checked the bedroom again. Much to his own surprise, he felt his frustration at having to take the dog out melting away, all just by looking at how peacefully Deku was sleeping. The guilt didn't shift though, especially not after noticing the dark bags under the sleeping boy's eyes. He really must have had a rough night, dumbass. He should have just woken me up and asked to. No, that wouldn't have ended well actually. Well, he could have left the room or something, but then maybe Kurumi would have bugged me instead. He sighed at himself before bringing the puppy away from the room, closing the door behind them to let Deku sleep longer. Right, come on then pup, breakfast? Not that you deserve it, huh? Keeping the poor nerd up all night. Bakugo filled up Kurumi's bowl and watched fondly as he ate. Look, I know it can be fun to tease him, trust me I do it too, but sleep is a touchy subject, never mess with someone's sleep, dude. He raised an eyebrow at the dog, who just looked up to him and wagged his tail before going back to eat. You're a lost cause, maybe I am too though. I should get myself some breakfast, and I suppose Deku deserves an easy morning once he's up. Bakugo sighed and got some pans out, ready to fry up a nice breakfast for himself and Deku whenever he woke up. Cha, I blame you, Mimi. If you hadn't kept him up I wouldn't feel so bad and then I wouldn't have to cook for him again. Hey shush, don't wake him up again already, geez. Facepalm. As Bakugo was cooking, his mind started messing with him again. I'm only being nice because I can't fail this stupid project. If I fail then all those other idiots will think they're better than me. Just gotta be nice for this week and then go back to normal. Nothing will change. He was just finishing up and starting to get worried about Deku not being up in time to eat before the food got cold, when he suddenly heard shuffling behind him. Ka-chan? He turned to see Deku yawning and rubbing his eyes cutely, immediately getting flustered as he looked over the sleepy boy. He was in his underwear and a big baggy shirt, his hair a mess and his eyes droopy. What the fuck? What am I thinking? What is happening right now? He could feel his cheeks going pink as he gulped and looked away. Deku could hardly think straight, but he had got up feeling very concerned and confused by the lack of Bakugo and Kuromi in the bedroom. However, he visibly relaxed as he noticed the dog sat between Bakugo's ankles as he finished cooking. Sorry I'm up late. Cha, you will be. I had to take the dog out again, so now you owe me twice, salty Bakugo. I'll do it every time today. Oh, what's this? Well, I was already cooking for myself. It's not hard to just make extra. You? Deku's sleepy eyes were suddenly much wider as he stared at Bakugo in surprise. Why do you keep getting like this? It's not a big deal, but don't start thinking I'm gonna do everything for you around here, alright nerd? Huff. Of course. I just, sigh. Thank you, Ka-chan. He looked away in embarrassment and started eating, complimenting how nice it tasted, which Bakugo chose to ignore even though it did make his insides swell with pride. What were you trying to teach Kuromi while I was out yesterday? Bakugo looked up and finished his mouthful, turning to the dog and calling his name. You ready? He held his fingers out like a gun and the dog tilted his head. Bang! Deku's eyes widened as he grasped what Bakugo had been trying to teach the dog, but couldn't help giggling when Kuromi did his usual and just sat in confusion. He's not very smart, so done. Well, we have treats now, so we should try teaching him some more basic tricks today. I still want to teach him play dead. Deku laughed again before they finished their food. Somehow having a stomach full of warm yummy food just made him feel even sleepier. So when they both stood in the bathroom to brush their teeth, he almost found himself falling asleep again. Bakugo stopped hitting Deku and looked down to the dog in shock as he growled at his ankles. Ah, good boy Kuromi, protecting me from big bad Ka-chan. Cha, he loves me more anyway. Ka-chan, I'm pretty sure that proved he loves me more. Besides, I did literally stay up with him all night. Bakugo spat out his toothpaste and turned to glare at Deku, rinsing off his toothbrush and storming out the room, calling Kuromi to follow him. Let's see who he loves more, huh? Huff. Deku hastily followed suit and finished up in the bathroom to see what on earth Bakugo was planning. As he walked into the living room, Bakugo was stood with his arms crossed, looking down at the dog. Mimi, attack, go get him? Ka-chan, that's not what we should be teaching him. Oh god. Kuromi of course didn't listen anyway, he just sat with his little tilted head of confusion. Bakugo huffed and opened the cupboard they had filled with dog treats, and Deku's eyes widened. Ka-chan, stop, oh my god. Mimi, you love me more, right? Look, I have treats, smug boy. That's cheating, humph. Kuromi ran circles around Bakugo until he leant down to feed him a treat. Okay, now go get the nerd, get him, he's evil. Deku stormed over to him to try and snatch the treats away, but Bakugo held on to them tighter. Get off, dumbass, if you want some go get your own. You're being ridiculous. You can't teach the puppy to attack people? The two ended up getting into a bit of a physical fight, still fighting over the treats as they grabbed each other's arms and kicked to the point of almost falling over. Let go, idiot! Look, you're freaking him out, Ka-chan, stop. Kuromi, bite him, like this? Deku froze in shock before ripping Bakugo off of him and rubbing his cheek, staring at Bakugo, completely dumbfounded. You just bit me? What the fuck? Bakugo's eyes widened and he flushed red, blinking and opening his mouth ready to defend himself, but no words came out. They stared for a moment longer before Bakugo looked to the floor, utterly embarrassed. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Deku kept rubbing his cheek before he looked down to Kuromi, who was lying down with his chin on his paws, clearly frazzled by the incident as well. It's fine, Kuromi clearly loves us equally and hates the fighting. He laughed a little and Bakugo looked up in shock. Why aren't you like hitting me right now? He's so mortified. It didn't really hurt, plus we were both just completely caught up in the fighting. It was an odd choice, but it's okay. God, I can't believe I did that. Ka-chan, it's fine. Let's just focus on Kuromi. He deserves some treats after that. Deku crouched down and started to play with the dog, giving him a few treats and squeaking his broccoli toy. Bakugo sat down and watched, still red and embarrassed by himself. I'm such a freak, why the fuck did I bite him? And how is he being so nonchalant about it? It's like no matter what I do, no matter how big of an asshole I am, he's just too nice to do anything. They played a while longer. Bakugo joined in a little but kept spacing out watching the two of them together. Oh, it's probably about time he goes out again, right? I'll take him now. Yeah, probably. Okay. Deku looked at him a little curiously, before shaking it off and getting Kurumi ready. Bakugo completely avoided looking at them as he continued to fight with himself on the inside, until finally he heard the door close and sat onto the couch with a sigh. What is up with me? I can't stop staring at him. He's so unconditionally kind and forgiving. Even though the dog kept him up all night, he's still playing with him, and his eyes widened as he realized exactly what he was thinking. He'd almost thought it a few times the last couple days. He's so fucking cute. What the fuck is wrong with me? Teehee, end of part 1. So I guess I'm kind of back. Ahem, I'm sorry for vanishing. I just started to really struggle to complete videos. My stories would never end up how I wanted them to. I almost gave up on this one too, but I pushed through. And while I'm not super happy with it, I am hoping that I'll enjoy the second part more since it'll have more. Well, I've planned it and I like the ideas already, so fingers crossed. I promise part 2 will be out ASAP because I've already told myself not to post this one until part 2 is practically finished, so stay tuned for that. Oh, and thank you all so much. The people who don't care have already left, but for the ones still here, thank you all so much for sticking with me and waiting, and for continuously commenting on my old videos saying how you loved my content and missed me making videos. You are the only reason I even kept trying to come back. I do want to say that videos won't be anywhere near as frequent as they were before, but I do want to keep trying to make content for you guys. Okay, enough. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all so much.